I remember I had a one-night stand once. Went great, fun night, hanging out. But during the sex, she did a new one I'd never seen before. She acted like a 4-year-old. You ever come across this? We'd be having sex. I don't know where she'd be like, if you want to, you can pull my hair. I was like, all right. Then we keep going, if you want to, you can slap my ass. I was like, you got it. Then I keep going, if you want to, you can choke me. I was like, I do. And we finished. We had a great night. We're laying there, and I was like, if you want to, you can leave. She didn't care for that one. I thought the timing was perfect,
First off, I realized when I moved back to the suburbs, I came in with the wrong energy because I came in with city energy. I was living in Los Angeles for just about 17 years. And if you, city energy, as you may know, you just get real used to things that you shouldn't be getting used to. You shouldn't be casual about some of the stuff that's happening. But you do, because you're in a city, and that volume just slowly gets turned up, just frog into boiling water, until you're just coming in just real loose, saying shit like, man, that guy with the sword is out in front of 7-Eleven again. He's always saying something wild like, and I'll do it again. I don't doubt you will, my man. I'm sorry, sir.
Every dude is looking at a dude as like an enemy and a friend in the same fucking moment. So it's just we're just like, dude, I will fucking hit my dick on your face, but also you can fucking take a picture of it. We just if you need a new screensaver, I'm there for you, dude. That's why we see guys at bars just fucking a shoulder bump, whoa, hey, what's up, man? You good? Yeah, dude, real good. What's going on with you? Not much, man. Just walking through the bar. Yeah, well, you hit my shoulder, dude. Oh, sorry, dude. It's fucking free country. Can't walk where I want. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 shoulders. I'm looking to fucking swivel them around town. Yeah, okay, dude. Well, it hurt, man. I had surgery last weekend. Oh, shit. From what? Softball, man. I play professionally. Oh, shit. In a co-ed league or just on the weekends, or is it just for fun? Or no, it's for I was trying to go pro for base. Oh shit, no, that's dope, dude. Yeah, no, I wanted to go pro, but fucking I was too short. I just fucking still wish I could. That's fucking. Do you like the Goo Goo Dolls, man? I got tickets tonight if you want to go.
White guys, write this down. If somebody calls you a racist and you're not, just know that you're not and walk away. Don't defend yourself. It never sounds great. You're trying to say the right things, but you're panicking, man. Someone just called you racist, so you start firing out, and it's just, I've never had a good one. It's, you're racist. I'm like, what? I high-fived the black yesterday. What? I trust a Chinaman with my clothing? You're fucking racist.
We were walking towards an Asian family. There were 7 of them. None of them were higher than my chest. Now, does that mean I think all Asian people are short? No, of course not. I know Asian people are taller than me. I'm just telling you these are the facts of this particular story. So the grandparents passed us, and then the parents passed us, and the children passed us. And my son slowed down, and he looked at me, and he goes, do you think Godzilla was just a normal-sized lizard? And my daughter said, isn't that racist? And I said, we will figure that out when I'm done laughing. Because sometimes you just gotta let her buck.
There was a spider in my shower. Now this spider was so big, I thought I was interrupting him. I did. I went to open the shower curtain. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know anybody was in here, my bad. He was big and he was furry too. Yeah, I didn't know if I should brush it or smush it. I didn't know. He was so furry, he had dander. Ew. I need my Zyrtec pill just for the spider dander. I was like, sir, the head and shoulders is right there. Help yourself. If I ever have to kill a spider that big, I am morally conflicted. Because at that point, that's a pet. Put a collar on that thing, that's Bubba. Bubba had plans that day. He was just getting started, he's in the shower.
Yes. Jordan, do you think when Lincoln started his Gettysburg Address, do you think there was somebody who was like, oh, dude, just say 87. What the fuck? Right? I mean, it's pretentious, right? What the fuck does he... Why do I have to do the math? I mean...
New Orleans, Louisiana. Where we are, in case you forgot. Okay? It's a fantastic city that people travel to from around the world to piss all over. It's kind of fucking annoying. But I don't know, I mean, New Orleans is a kinky town. Maybe it's into it. I don't know. If corporations can be considered people, you know, I guess a municipality could be into golden showers. It's a very, like, it's world famous. Make no mistake about it. Like, people know it for, you know, they know this city for its culture in general, the music, the food, right? The nightlife, the festivals, the ghosts, the architecture, its inability to evacuate its citizens on time in the face of a Category 4.5 storm.
Speaking of thirsty, I'm single, and I've been single. I'm right. Ooh, I'm gonna wait till the lights come on. But I've been single for like, I think 3 years. Oh wait, 5 years. 5 years, 2 months, 8 days, 9 hours. I don't fully remember. But we broke up, and my ex is great. I pick really good exes. All my exes are beautiful, smart, they're kind, they're great, man. I'm not gonna trash my ex. You ever meet that dude? I don't know what it is. Every girl I meet, crazy. You're the reason that they're crazy. Right? Yeah. I mean, everyone clapping is crazy, but I'm just, you're crazy. I dated one girl that was crazy, and I knew it the whole time. The whole time. I remember the first date we went on, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try it out. It was amazing, man. We broke up like 40 times, super toxic. I loved it.
I went to Egypt for the first time recently. My buddy was getting married. I was so excited to go. I was like, I can't wait to speak Arabic to some of the local people, you know, flex the little that I know. I want to immerse myself in the Middle Eastern culture, right? I get to this supermarket. I see this Arab dude behind the counter. I needed to buy some milk, and I know how to ask for that. So I see this guy, and I'm like, Habibi, ahlan wa sahlan, assalamu alaikum, rahmatullah wa barakatuhu. That means hello. Habibi, عندي سؤال. عندك حليب? And he was like, yes, we have milk. Can he feel my white energy? He just knew I was soft. He's like, oh, you're from America. I'm from Cairo, Blair. What do you want? Oat milk?
You still want to get mad at us? And act like we're the crazy ones making this shit up. Oh, that is so ridiculous. Why would a guy go through all that trouble and pretend to be my friend just to sleep with me? I don't know. But I've done it so many times. I've done it so many times. How do you think I got you, stupid? Come on. Oh my God. Nobody has been a better friend than me. Are you kidding me? That's why dudes can spot the shit, because fucking game recognized game. You know what I mean? He'll do some shady shit and we're like, fucking good move. That's what shit I would have done, you know? Fuck you, but respect.
So I'm sitting there day drinking, and it was to the point where, and you know what I'm talking about, day drinking or night drinking, when you're at the bar and you have that inner monologue where you're like, oh, I should not be in public. It's that horrible feeling where it's like, okay, gotta go home. So I live 2 blocks from this bar, key detail. So I'm like, I'm gonna walk home. When I say walk, that's a very loose term. I call it newborn baby drunk walking. You know what I'm talking about. Have you seen a newborn baby take their first steps and they're so happy they're not falling down? It's a look of pure joy. And that's what I looked like. And I'll show you. Here's me walking home from the bar, fucking shit-faced. Here I go. So I made it a block and then wipe out.
I wanted her. The problem was she would only date you if you went whole hog, full-on born-again Christian, which would have been insane. So I did that. I go, where? Yeah, and I cry, and okay, great. No hesitation. Jesus? Yeah, I fucking love him. He's my savior. I got saved, and we started dating, and after 4 or 5 months of fellowship and prayer, togetherness, we rutted like filthy beasts.
Quinoa never crossed their lips. And it shouldn't cross yours. Ancient grain, you can bite my fucking crank. That is bullshit on a stick. Where do you find an ancient grain? At the open all-night ancient grain supermarket? I don't fucking think so. Hey, would you like some quinoa with your protein? Get the fuck away from my protein with that shit. And it tastes like shit. And if you don't think it tastes like shit, there's something wrong with your fucking taste buds. All I think about when I look at quinoa is they made sand taste better.
My family sat me down Thanksgiving Day. We were at my aunt's house. And they told me some weird shit. They told me that I'm Irish. I'm Irish. And it's like, first of all, why you giving niggas bad news on a holiday? What the fuck, man? It's not right. It's not right, man. I said white. That's crazy.
And then they're always like, well, what's the worst part of the South? I'm like, Alabama, before you finish that question. You guys know, all right. And they're always, every time though, they're always like, well, what about Mississippi? I'm like, that's not their fault. Historically, the worst education system in our country since the start. They don't know any better. In Alabama, they know better. They just don't give a shit. That got applause in Birmingham. It's not what I was going for. I was trying to shame them. And they were like, that's us. Yeah. Roll Tide.
If you're ever around a couple who's been together for a long time, and they're at a party, and they start doing an impression of one another, just get the fuck out of there. It gets mean so quick. It escalates. They know too much. You're hanging out, and they walk in, you're like, oh, look who finally got here, everybody. Mark and Brenda, finally. And Mark's like, well, you know, Brenda, is my hair perfect? Hey, that's fine, Mark. We're just joking around. It's fine. You can be late. It's all right. Nobody cares. And Brenda's like, you know, Mark, I got fired for being a racist last year. You didn't even do a voice, Brenda.
Now, I don't want to be controversial, but I actually think that sports are a treacherous place for little girls. You know, like, I played volleyball against OJ's daughter growing up. Chill, I'm still alive. No, I did. I played volleyball against OJ's daughter growing up after he got out of jail the first time. For murder. It was crazy. He came to like all the games for 2 years after. And I'll tell you what, it was wild being 10 years old and seeing him on the sidelines. Because sometimes after I would score, I'd just look over at him and be like, wow, we're both rollers.
And I said, I hurt my back lifting a smoker into a truck. And then she goes, oh, and did you know the smoker? I was like, it was their neighbor's smoker. And she goes, okay, the smoker was your neighbor. And then I also have one more question. I go, hold on. When I said I hurt my back lifting a smoker into a truck, did you think I meant I hurt my back lifting someone who smokes? Nobody talks like that. Why would I bring up his addiction? Blake, how'd you hurt your back? I was carrying an alcoholic up the steps, actually. Went out, yeah, me and Peter, we're not okay, so.
I'm just telling you that things have changed. Thank God they've changed, but it's just the fucking way it was. You had to go up to strangers and you'd be like, hey, can I get your phone number? And they'd be like, no, to your face. And it hurt like a bitch. And you had to build yourself back up and get your confidence back. And that was character building, to get your confidence back. And turn to our friend and be like, can I get your phone number? That's the way it was. That's the way it was. Seems weird now, but that's the way it was. And you think you know, but you don't know. I'm sure you've asked somebody for their number in your life, but you don't know how tough it actually was to get somebody's number, because where are you going to put the number? Yeah? This is pre-cell phone, man. Nowhere to put the number. So you had to wait till the conversation was about to finish, and you'd be like, hey, what's your phone number? And she'd be like, 357-6761. And you'd be like, okay, bye. 357-6761. 357-6761. 357-6761. Your friends are trying to talk to me like, yo, shut the fuck up. Shut up. 357-6761. 357. You're fucking dancing on the way home like 357-6761. 357-6761. If your friends are still with you, you're like, yo, you remember 357, you remember 6761.
I have a way that we can slow down mass shootings and the pandemic at the exact same time. This is my idea. All right. Every single person that has homicidal tendencies, we hire them to work at the front of restaurants, checking people's temperatures. They gotta get their fix somehow. Welcome to Applebee's. You're good. Get in there.
Those experts, those performers, and those works of art, when they are being penetrated, they sound like they're made of roller skates and lollipops. Oh, wow. Uh-huh. Super, yeah. Like you had an anime cartoon and just removed anything that was possibly negative or dangerous. Oh, whoa. Oh, wow. Uh-huh. And primarily, yes. I don't have that. I can do that for a few seconds, then I lose it. When I am getting fucked in my asshole, I sound like somebody's dad woke up in the middle of the night and didn't turn the lights on. Ow! God damn it! Shit! 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 Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Jesus Christ, who put that there?
What I don't like is when the doctors don't examine me, when they don't do anything. Like the other day I waited for like an hour, and the doctor came in, and he just looked at me, he's like, oh, Francisco, you're fine. I was like, what? I was like, nah, touch me. Not paying copay for nothing. Fill me up. Right? Pretend you're doing something, right? At least do the stomach thing. You know when you do the stomach thing? You know, like, I don't know what that does, but at least do that. So when I'm driving home, well, he did touch my stomach, so I guess
she was wearing a romper, a one-piece thing, right? And it had a long zipper in the back. And y'all know, if you've ever had a long zipper in the back, to get it up by yourself, two-handed job. right? One hand holds the fabric secure, other one zips it up. But here's the thing. Caitlin didn't have two free hands. She was holding a drink on one of her hands. But was Caitlin gonna put that drink down? Was she gonna hand it to me? No, you're right. She doesn't trust anybody, you know? How could she? She's been drafted before. So, this is what this DIY bra did. She didn't even say anything. This is what she did. She just turned back around. She went back into the bathroom stall and she kicked open the door, right? And then she climbed up on top of the toilet seat backwards, right? Kept the door open and looked in the mirror. And with her one free hand, she just karate chopped that romper into her butt crack. Do you understand what I'm telling you, Houston? Sorry, we should get it for the discount tickets over here. They never get an up-close pic of this. Okay, here we go. Should get it for the deacons and the pastors over here. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Her butt was like, I got you, girl, and she just zipped that mofo up. Then she dismounted and did a one-leg twerk to free her Grand Canyon from its cotton harness. And she looked in the mirror, she fluffed her pillows, and she walked out. And I was like, women can do anything.
I was so jealous of doctor. I should have been a doctor. Have you ever heard anybody say that to you before? People say stupid shit like that. I'm happy you haven't heard it, because some people will see like a doctor in a nice car, they go, I should have been a doctor. Like it's a weekend extension course. What's your name, Doc? What's your name? Melanie. I knew I couldn't be a doctor from the 5th grade. Yeah, when they brought that frog out. Remember the frog? Guys, remember the frog? In the 5th grade, they brought out a dead frog. Melanie, it was pinned to a tray with his arms out, just like Jesus. He's just... the most disgusting shit I've ever seen. And they doused him in formaldehyde. They put him in front of me. I raised my hand. I go, teacher, what do you want me to do with the frog? She goes, cut it open. I go, fuck that. You cut it open. That's the day I knew I was not going to be a doctor. That's the day I became a comedian. I swear to God. I went to the other side of the room. I just started telling jokes. Right away, I go over. I go, knock, knock. They go, who's there? I go, not the frog. He's dead. He's dead in formaldehyde.
And I love being married. I love it. Who here's married and happily married? Yeah. It's fun. It's official. There's a license. There's insurance. There's paperwork. There's joint accounts. Your name's on everything. People always ask me, do you think he married you for your money? So are you insane? I married him for technical support. I'm living with a Genius Bar. I don't know how to use my phone. The other day, he said to me, share your location. I said, I'm right here.
Am I the only one who thought the words to La Bamba were ba-da-da-da, La Bamba? Talk about being rocked to your very foundation. I was at a bar, I was watching a football game. Turns out the other half of the bar is karaoke. Somebody decides to sing La Bamba. We all make decisions in life. I glance up at the screen to do a lyric check, more for Soy Capitan than anything, but I notice where I expect to see ba-da-da-da, which is what I've been singing my entire life, I see a Spanish phrase, para bailar. I immediately say, people, they've got the wrong words up here. We all know it's ba-da-da-da. But I was mistaken. It is, in fact, para bailar, which means, Spanish speakers, To dance, yes, in order to dance. That's what I discovered. You know what pararara means? Same thing. Much easier to pronounce.
Fast through the woods, okay? But I don't know that he has the skills to protect me from a bear, all right? He doesn't have very good tracking skills. And I know this. For instance, if he has a shirt that I don't like, I can move it 5 inches to the left, and he'll never find it again. He'll act like someone cased the house and broke in to just steal that shirt from him. And the whole time he's complaining, I see the shirt out of my corner of my eye, but I'm not saying anything about it. I know where it is, right? But he won't look for things for more than 1 second. Which is good. He'll talk it out, though. If something's missing, he'll talk it out, which is cool, you know, because that means ultimately he's just better at looking for things with his mouth than his eyes. And honestly...
You gotta pay for everything on the plane now. They don't wake your ass up no more. If you sleep, they try to sneak past your ass with the cart. Yeah, you be asleep. This is... They be like... Then you hear that wheel squeak, you like, give me my peanuts, give me my shit, give me my little fish, give me all my shit. And give me that little cup with the 50 pieces of ice in it, give me that shit too. They take a little cup, fill it with ice, crack a can of soda, pour half the can in and put the can back. Like, bitch, give me that whole fucking can. Are you stupid? You should be getting a 2-liter on this flight. You know how much I pay for this? Who told you to get the expensive sodas? Get the cheap shit. Get the shit black people get at cookouts. Our sodas be just what it is, orange. Grape.
Diversity, guys, that's the name of the game in show business now. My manager calls me up. He's like, Mike, is there anything in your background that could give us some much needed diversity? I go, well, I'm 100% Italian. Does that help? He goes, actually, that hurts us a lot. So if you could not mention that again, that would be a big help. Then he's like, what about what's going on inside of you? Is there any diversity there? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, with your feelings. Like, sometimes do you feel like a woman that is trapped inside of a man's body? Because that's a story we could tell. I'm like, no, that's not really happening. But I was born C-section. So I was a man who was trapped inside of a woman's body. I don't know if that...
The thing I hate most about young people is the way they look backwards. I don't know what they're teaching at colleges nowadays, but I think they're teaching them like the world's only been good for 6 years. And everything before it was sexist and racist. It wasn't. Things just were. And things now just are, and things later will be. That's how it works. Yeah. You can't look backwards and then judge them. And that's what young people do. That's how they look at history. They'll look backwards and be like, if I was alive back then, I'd be like, can I have a word with you, Mr. Hitler? You're like, shut the fuck up. No, you wouldn't. And you're stupid if you think you would. You would just be the way the people of your time were, the same way you are now. Like, literally, if I was on this exact stage 20 years ago, and I was like, men can have their periods, you would all leave and be like, I think they let a retarded guy perform tonight. What the fuck was he talking about up there? But no, people still walk around, I've always thought like this, and I knew Gary was a woman from the moment, like, shut up. No, you didn't. These are new things it's very flustering.
The other frosting was Pillsbury. I hate them. Like the Doughboy. Like their frosting was called Funfetti. Funfetti. You know, like Funfetti's a fraud. Basically, they had like 70 items, 68 were the same thing. You know, like it was all vanilla frosting with candy in it. Vanilla frosting with candy hearts. Vanilla frosting with candy guitars. Vanilla frosting with candy mermaids. You don't need all of those. Well, my daughter likes a variety. Well, your daughter needs to grow up. Like, when I was a kid, we had variety. On your birthday, cake. On the other days, no cake.
My neighborhood's nice. It's a nice neighborhood, nice school. At school drop-off, all the kids, when they get dropped off, all the teachers are waiting outside to greet them. The principal's there, everybody's there. Let's have a good day. We're going to do it. All that bullshit, you know? So they're all there hanging out. And we roll up, and we're rolling up to the school, and another song comes on the playlist. One of my other favorites, Forget You by CeeLo Green. Oh yeah, you're with me. Daddy accidentally put the explicit version, Fuck You, by CeeLo Green on there. And by the time I realized, I go to change it, and my son goes, if it's in a song, we could say it. And my daughter chimes in and goes, Gattos keep their word. They got me on a technicality. We roll up to the school, my two kids are like, fuck you, ooh. I got an email from the principal, conference requested.
Weed was legalized in New York City, and I finally started trying weed gummies. I think I'm the only person that's like, sure, I'll do weed as long as it's no longer cool. Weed gummies, gateway into regular gummies. Yeah. Wow. They taste good. I forgot how good they taste. Now I'm eating weed gummies, regular gummies, vitamin gummies. I'm a gummy boy now, and it's tough. It's a lot of gummy. Doing a lot of gummies, and it is more fun to say you're doing gummy vitamins. Yeah, you want to come over, do some C? We could do E. I got fish oil, make your eyeballs slippery.
I finally figured out the right way to let screens babysit your kids. You got to break out the good stuff. You see, back in my day, we had a roadrunner and a coyote who dropped anvils on each other's heads. We had a guy named He-Man who got amazing powers by holding up a piece of metal in a lightning storm. And we had a cat and mouse who ran around a house all day chasing each other with meat cleavers. Today, the plot of literally every children's TV show is, this character has a group of supportive friends. And they recycle.
So the way it works is they pulled my uterus out through my vagina. I know. Yeah, that's how they. I know. I didn't even tear, not a stitch. Did a lot of Kegels beforehand. No. I asked the surgeon afterwards what my uterus was like. I was like, was it big? I don't know. What was it? You know. And he said, actually, your uterus was quite petite. What? Petite? Are you kidding me? Petite? Oh my! I couldn't believe it. No one has ever called any part of me petite ever. A doctor? Are you kidding me? I was so excited. My mother was thrilled. Oh. She was like, Jessica, we could have taken your uterus shopping to Forever 21. You know?
I said, can you tell me what I was arrested for? I don't even know what I was arrested for. You know? She said, well, they said their first concern why they took your phone was that they heard that there were phones that could fire a bullet. And I was like, oh, I don't have that app. Never download. I'm gonna be honest with you, if I saw that in the App Store, I'd be putting that on my phone. There are times when that could come in handy. But no, I don't have that. I said, okay, so that's why they took my phone. And then they arrested me for what? She said, for resisting arrest. And I said, all right. And? She said, no, that's it. I said, well, how can that be? She said, well, that was the charge. The charge is resisting arrest. I said, they arrested me for resisting arrest and nothing else. She said, yeah. I said, so they arrested me for resisting being arrested, for resisting being arrested, for resisting. I said, what is that, the Mobius strip of arrests?
I have a 12-year-old daughter, and she will not shut the fuck up, man. Oh my God. Again, I like her a lot. She's probably in my top 5. I just don't know how to tell her any other way. I don't give a flying fuck about Ariana Grande. And then to offset that, I also have a 14-year-old boy living at the house. You guys familiar with these weirdies? I'm telling you, it's all I can do to keep him off the magic.
But the bad thing about it is I didn't know his friends, and I'm trying to say that I snooped in his text chain on his cell phone. Don't judge me. I pay for that phone. But anybody have teens, preteens out there? By round of applause. You do? Did you snoop on their phone?
All the time.
You do?
All the time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so those 13-year-olds are nasty AF. Am I right? I got on the... What?
The girls.
How many girls do you have?
I got a boy.
Okay.
The girls.
Yeah, okay, so they're all nasty, all genders of 13-year-olds. I get on that text chain, the guys are like, my cock and balls, like, you pulling numbers? Excuse me? What's up, G? What's up, cuh? You chasing that bag? Nah, that was sus. No cap. No cap, though. I'm like, what the hell is going on? They're talking like thugs. They're overly sexual. Like, are you guys running drugs? What's happening? This is crazy. Oh, and then one kid goes, hey, daddy. He called himself daddy, like, hey, I'm your daddy. And then another kid the next day was like, aye, poppy. Like, aye, poppy. I'm pretty sure you're all white kids that go to Catholic school. Like, there's no poppy on this text chain. What is happening?
I was at a bar the other night, and you know who was there? Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. That's right. And they were all like, and they were all like, Reggie? Like zoink, Scoob. And then, you know who walks into the bar after that? Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen. And he was all like, I'm so high right now. And then, you'll never believe who walks into the bar after that. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby. And that's the last thing I remember. But what a night up until that.
We walked on eggshells around her. She'd come down the steps in the morning, we'd be like, who is it? I don't know. And it happened when she was about 16 or 17, she turned on me on a dime. And I truly believe that God allows this because he knows that you're grieving because they're going to go to college or whatever they're going to do. And he makes them just as mean as he can so that you can let them go. The very breath that I breathed out of my nostrils made her so angry. We were not allowed to eat cereal in our own home because she couldn't stand to hear us chew it. And I don't mean to talk about her because she had a lot on her. She had to empty the dishwasher. That was a lot.
You may remember this happened a few years ago. I guess IHOP ran a promotion that they were going to change their name to IHOB, and they told everyone it was going to be permanent, but it was just a promotional stunt that lasted only like a month. But they ran a contest and asked people to guess what the B stood for, and people all assumed, yeah, it's breakfast. It's International House of Breakfast. Then IHOP came out and said, no, it's actually burgers. And people lost their minds over this. They're writing to IHOP. This person, Dwayne's like, fire your CEO immediately. This name change is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. And Waffle House is like, we think it's the right decision. If you need a cigarette, talk to your server. You want some fucking waffles or what?
People are always like, man, that's gorgeous. You like lighthouses and warm butter with your lobster. But there is 8 hours of buggy, hot, and somehow cold all at the same time. Racist inland, and that's where I'm from. And so, but I want you to know, I grew up in a small town, which means I don't know why I got the vaccine. I'm chock full. I am a piñata of deep Reddit ideas. Like, I am just full of, like, conspiracy theories and shit like that. My upbringing was so Stephen King. Like, I'm serious. I grew up in an area that was so Stephen King. I remember that the first time that me and my friends saw the movie Stand By Me, our only criticism of the movie was, oh yeah, it's a fine fucking movie and all, but if their dads are such bad alcoholics, how come their treehouse is finished?
In a Catholic Italian household, you can't mess around in church. That's where your parents have to pretend they're good people, okay? Right? Like they got, you know. Like we're just threatening your life in the parking lot. So if I was ever like talking too loud or bothering my sister, all my mom had to do was give my dad the signal in the middle of church, right? She'd be acting all holy. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I like babies. Babies are fun. You know why babies are great? Because they're not evil yet. There's a million douchebags out there, but you never assume that baby will become one. Isn't that nice? That's why no one ever goes up to a pregnant woman, rubs her belly, and goes, ooh, this one's gonna suck. No, it's all up. It's all potential. It's all positive. Oh, it's kicking. Might be a pro soccer player. Right? It's never like, oh, it's kicking. Might hit his wife. Statistically, way more likely than a pro soccer player, right? Plus, it's already hitting a woman. Not even out yet.
If jam bands are your thing, good for you. Bless your heart on that stuff. I do not hear a jam. I never hear a jam. I hear 5 stepdads who do not know how to end a song. That's what I hear. I don't care what name of the band you tell me it is. It's one band for that names them all. It's called Noodly Lou and the Turd Herders. And it's 5 dads in cargo shorts, and one guy wants to end it. You know, one guy in the band.
Remember those days when you could get canceled just for lying? Those were the days. Now lying is just a prerequisite to become president. And I'm not sure if you're clapping for the president I'm thinking of, but the point is, they've all been liars. Now, some more than others, one more than all, but they've all been liars. here's the real question. When are we, the people, gonna stop electing liars to the highest office in the land? When the Vikings win the Super Bowl.
I'm a big Dr. Phil guy. Dr. Phil, just such a, I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, but the way he'll just chop you down and then throw the commercial. Brilliant comedic timing. Just, hey, hey, shut your fucking mouth, you little twat. We'll be right back. And just every time, hilarious. I don't know what the episode was about, where that context was headed, but hey, Nathan, look at me right now. Look at me. I don't like your attitude. I don't like your energy, okay? You're 16. I don't know how you got out of bed, okay? You're dressed like a goddamn WNBA ref, okay? You're on my stage right now. I don't like the way that your eyes are looking at I want to fucking hit you, dog, but I'm not gonna, because you got secrets, okay, Nathan? And we got to get to rock top to figure out why you're at rock bottom, because your heart's being driven into the ground. It's a depressive submarine, and you need help, okay? Give me one reason, Nathan, why you're not a loser, and I'll give you 10 reasons why everyone in your family wishes you were dead. We'll be right back. We'll see if we get Nathan to step back from that ledge, my friend. Third Eye Blind style.
I think the most I've been messed with is my daughter was in 7th and 8th grade volleyball, and part of the uniforms are spandex shorts. And no thank you. Not ever. Not spandex on anyone. Not ever. I was in Florida once, and I saw a bunch of senior citizens biking on pedal bikes towards me, and they were all wearing head-to-toe spandex. It is an unflattering, thank you, material. You see me fucking go deer in headlights? It is an unflattering, that's what happened in my head. I just flatlined. Material? Yes, thank you. Have you ever grabbed a balloon that's not inflated and squished it, and then part of it pops up between your fingers? That's what spandex does to the human body. Don't groan. I didn't invent spandex. I'm explaining something to you. That's why I say we can't let these little kids wear it. Because some of these kids haven't gone through their growth spurt yet, right? And so they have that little belly you have when you're a kid or a 46-year-old man. And they pull their spandex up over their belly to hide it. But what they don't realize, when the top goes up, the bottoms come up. Now we have what I like to refer to as a situation. I went to every home game of my daughter's 7th and 8th grade volleyball career, and I had not seen that many camel toes since the parade scene in Aladdin. I know some of you aren't understanding. Listen, that's 75 golden camels. That's 4 legs apiece. You get it. Some of you are still looking at me like I'm a creep. Hold on. I didn't walk in the school like, do you know where the camel toes are? Prince Ali, yes it is he, but not as you know him. That's not what happened. I bet you like that one, kiddo, huh? Yeah. Shit. Probably just watched that yesterday. What's up? It startled me the first time. I mean, I walked in, you don't expect it, no one warns you about it. I bet dads that are like, have seen this before, like, oh shit, I'm not saying a word, watch this. And you walk in, you're like, hey girl, pat, camel toe, and you're like, no! I backed up to the bleachers, started feeling for him, and then I started sliding down the bleachers, moving away from the noise. I was like, I would rather walk through darkness with friends than see camel toes in the light. It's Helen Keller. All right, part of that is Helen Keller. But that's what I would do. I would sit way on the other end of the bleachers and I would stare at a brick across the gym and listen to volleyball. Because I wasn't interested. It's not fun. It's gross. Put them in basketball shorts. It's the same building. It's the same court. They just raised the nets. Fucking put them in the same stuff. One day I was looking at my brick, listening to volleyball, and someone hit an errant shot, and the ball caught my attention, so I looked at it quickly, and then, pop, camel toe. Now, have you ever not unwrapped a Cadbury egg all the way? Little piece of tinfoil left on it. It's the first thing you bite down on, and your brain goes, yeah! That's what happens to a good dad when he is sniped by a camel toe.
And my friends, they were cool in high school. I wasn't that cool, but they would have me hang around because whenever they hooked up, they needed somebody on lookout, and I was available. And then they figured out they could just hook up in the back of my car while I drove around, you know, because there's the girls in high school that got around, and then there's just the girl that got them around. So it's fine. I do comedy now. But I remember the first time my friend asked me to do it, she was like, will you drive us? And I was like, that's fine. You know, just let me know where to go. And so Kirsten was in the back, and she was like, just don't stop. I'm almost there. And I was like, well, it's a cul-de-sac. So I left or right? Yeah. And she just said it again. She's like, I'm almost there. Yeah. And I was like, where, bitch? Yeah. But anyway, she never got there. You remember high school. Yeah. We wasted so much gas that summer. Just trying to get there.
I'm approaching the age where I'm gonna start getting my clothes the same place I get my groceries. Say I won't. You will catch me at Costco. About to get them Kirkland jeans, them Kirkland socks, that Kirkland body wash. Hey, this Kirkland gang, what?
We had to go to church a couple times a week when I was a kid, and my dad, he always told me, son, the only goal in life, go to church, get to heaven. That's the only goal in life, is to get to heaven. Because we all know there's a reward in heaven, right? And the reward is that your hot cousin ain't your cousin no more. And if you don't like this joke, it's because you're from an ugly family. That's not my fault. If you're from a hot family like mine, on the count of 3, let's shout out that sexy little someone, you guys. Okay. A 1, a 2, a 3. Lizzie! Okay. That's not her name. My mom made me change it for this. Because Lizzie's married now, and your little joke is ruining Thanksgiving.
We really don't know anything about Jesus, though. Literally from the day after he was born up until he was like 30 and a half, right? We don't know anything about like teenage Jesus. We know, we don't know anything about 14-year-old, sullen, mopey, covered in acne, hormones raging out of control, just emo Jesus, just, school's a prison, right? Just constantly jerking off, right? Constantly. 14-year-old boys jerk off 7 times a day minimum, all right? And Jesus is no different. And they didn't have Nivea back then. There was no lotion. So 14-year-old Jesus' dick looked like an overcooked hot dog that had been left in the rain for a week and then discovered by a pack of rabid raccoons. But
there was a bit of an age gap. She was 24, I was 39. I know, I'm awesome. No, it was gross, obviously. But what happened was she didn't do anything wrong. I did something wrong. I accidentally said one day the wrong thing. One day I accidentally said the phrase, when I was your age. I know. I heard myself say it, and I stood up. I threw up. Oh no! And I left, and I have not talked to her since. No, I have not responded to any of her TikTok messages. I don't know how. I keep checking Facebook, and they're not there. So
I thought I was gonna be like a millionaire, trillionaire, because I'm like, you know what they need to do? They need to put a snap here. And then I'm gonna put a snap at the back. If I could just find a way to snap these two together, I'm gonna be I was like, oh man. Come out of the bathroom, tell my wife that story. I'm like, I just invented this thing. It's gonna be a button. I'm gonna snap it. It's gonna like that. We're gonna be millionaires. My wife goes, did you date anybody in the 80s?
My first shot of hard liquor was Everclear. Thank you. If you don't know what that is, congratulations. You have homework. It's 190 proof grain liquor. And that being your first shot is a lot like losing your virginity to a traffic cone. Everything else is smooth sailing.
A van could have pulled up and been like, hey, kids, get in. We would have been like, yeah, we've seen Scooby-Doo. Let's ride. Let's go. Once we don't go to the abandoned amusement park, I think we're going to be okay. Outside on our own, unattended, in the 80s in New York. This is what makes me laugh. People are like, oh, society was safer back then. You watch any of these fucking documentaries about the 80s in New York? It was fucking chaos. Plus, we were on the street. No fucking speed bumps. No four-way stop signs. No fucking parents. Just two-hand touch on the street, and we were fine. Now you can't go outside even though society's safer. I feel bad for these kids. Society's safer and they can't go out and enjoy it. Parents are like, don't go out there. There's peanuts out there. Don't go out there. There's peanuts. And yes, I know there were some children kidnapped in the 1980s. But I think it's a worthy sacrifice for 7 or 8 kids on a milk carton for the millions upon millions of happy childhoods that happened as a result of their sacrifice. And it has not gone unnoticed. Thank you for your service. And I know that seems a bit cold, but there's some insurance people here going, you know, that is a good analysis, actually. Risk assessment-wise.
Golden Corral, that place is still a thing. You ever go to Golden Corral? You can go once. Can't go twice. Because when you go that first time, you learn there are no rules. There is no code of conduct. That's why it's called Golden Corral. It's just like the Old West of eating. I was like, maybe this was a bad idea. We tried to leave. The guy's like, sir, is there a problem? Look, man, I appreciate you giving me access to a chocolate fondue fountain for $9. The problem is I just watched the guy walk by with his prime rib. I was like, hey, man, that's not gravy. I know. What is that you got? Whipped cream on corn on the cob. It's called cream corn.
The biggest difference I notice about Republicans and Democrats is Democrats make better coffee. I don't know if you guys like coffee, but that's the truth. Democrats, good coffee. Right? Because I'm from Seattle, Washington. I don't like a black coffee or an Americano. I like a fancy little, with a stupid little cup. That's what I like. I like a doppio ristretto shot pulled neatly into a ceramic cup. It's called a Cafe Nico. It's got like a little rind of orange, some cinnamon, some orange-flavored syrup. It's a little dollop of almond milk. You can't order that from a Republican, you know? Right? When I go to Knoxville, Tennessee, I can't just walk in and be like, all right, boys, I would like a doppio ristretto shot pulled neatly in a ceramic cup with a little rind. He's like, you trying to suck my dick, boy? I'm like, what? No. What are you talking about? Hey, get out of here, Gary. This guy's trying to suck our dicks. I'm like, no, stay back there. It's a real drink. What are you talking about? He's like, we got black coffee, and I can leave a little room for your pussy if you want to put some milk in it. Right, that's, you can't.
I took a picture, I posted it. Started reading the comments. First comment, dude, your toes are ugly. You motherfucker. Second comment, why do you have purple shins? You might have coronavirus. I go, what the fuck? Third comment, want a Nike? I go, Mom, get off my Instagram! Now I'm all over social media. I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok. I don't even know what I'm doing on TikTok. TikTok is like 3-second videos. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? When I first started doing stand-up back in the day, 23, 24 years ago, they used to say you need to film a 1-hour comedy special, you put it on HBO, people discover you, your career takes off. Then a few years later, they go, you gotta take 5 minutes of the 1 hour, you put it on YouTube, people discover you, career takes off. Then they go, you gotta take 1 minute of the 5 minutes, you put it on Instagram, people discover you, career takes off. Now they say you gotta take 3 seconds of the 1 minute, you put it on TikTok, people discover you, career takes off. I told Dara, I go, Dara, I don't even know what to do in 3 seconds. I told my son, I go, for 3 seconds, all I can say is hello, goodbye. He goes, that's perfect. I go, how low is the attention span of your generation? He goes, what?
You know, I get it, because the whole school was always about, like, building up our confidence. They were like, we want you to be confident about spelling in here, in the real world.
So the way they taught us to spell was by clapping out syllables. This is how they taught us. It'd be like, calendar. Okay, do you guys want to try it with me? Pretend you're at work. You're in a cubicle, okay? Now, for whatever reason, you got to spell the word calendar in an email. Calendar. All right, does that person next to you look fucking normal to you? And the next day, after I learned this in school, I went to the DMV with my mom, and the woman behind the counter just looked at her, and she's like, I told you, you need 2 forms of ID. And I just looked at her and I went, did you go to Churchill?
Harry Potter. I don't trust him. Not at all. I don't trust him, not at all. And not just because he's a Gryffindor and I'm a Ravenclaw. Gryffindors are always just kind of awake in the book. And it's like, go to sleep. There's a 3-headed dog here. What are you doing? Sneaking around. What are you doing? But I realized I couldn't trust Harry when I looked back at when he first showed up to the Hogwarts universe. And those of you guys who read the books, y'all can probably back me up. When Harry showed up there, they pulled him to the side. They were like, hey, the guy that we're all scared of in this universe is he who should not be named, all right? That's not his real name. It's not on his birth certificate. You won't find it on a license. That's just what we call him, because otherwise terrible, horrible, unspeakably bad things will happen. So he who should not be named, all right? Go use that in a conversation near you, Harry. And Harry's like, cool. And he went, turned the corner, and immediately started talking about Voldemort. Remember?
You know that store in the mall? It's kind of like Hot Topic, right? Spencer's Gifts. Dude, the only things they sell are Nightmare Before Christmas t-shirts and anal beads. What the fuck is this product line? It's Rugrats backpacks and dildos. Who was Spencer? Who the fuck was Spencer that these are his gifts? Right? Just some guy that every time an event came around, it was a huge bummer because you had to be like, hey, Spence, thanks for coming to our daughter's christening. I gotta say, the cock-shaped bong is highly inappropriate. You didn't even put it in a box. We can tell what it is through the wrapping paper, Spencer. And Spencer was like, what the fuck am I gonna do with all this shit?